First of all, how we will conduct this 3 hours workshop is first initial 10 minutes. I'll explain you what Power BI is, interface part, and what all we can do through Power BI. Then we will do some easy steps like drag and drop and see how instantly we can get the visuals without doing any coding or without any doing any tough things. Right? Once you start getting hands on, like yeah, like it's not that challenging, then we will work on some kind of coding, very basic coding and other things through which you can, make use of Power BI to create impactful dashboards. Today, I really want every one of you to be active and ask as many questions as you want. Generally, honestly, if you go to any Power BI workshop, you will see 50 or hundreds of participants. So, for example, when I conduct the workshops, there are more than 70, 80 people every time. So it's hardly anyone gets opportunity to ask or something. You have this opportunity. Ask as many questions. Today, by end of this session, you really want to understand Power BI, and you can utilize and prepare your own dashboard, right? If there is any question, please stop me, ask me any questions. So first of all, today, like if you see, this is my Power BI desktop, right? So this is desktop. You will see similarly the way you work on Excel. This is a ribbon. If you see home, there is this data section where you will get that data, Excel workbook on One Lake Data Hub, SQL Server, enter data, Dataverse, recent sources. Now, if you want to import the data from Excel, just click on Excel workbook and click on a particular file, right? Cancel. If you want to get the data from CSV files, generally we have Excel or CSV, right? So for CSV, go to text/CSV, and then any file, for example, if it is in, let's say, documents, and for example, this one. So there is no file. Whenever you will have, you would know the location. So you can get the CSV from there. Apart from Excel and CSV, you have thousands of data sources. If you click on more, these are all the options. So for example, if you want to import data from SQL Server, you will just search SQL, and there are so many options like MySQL database, SQL Server database, SQL Server analysis service database, Azure, Synapse. So wherever the data is, you can import the data from that, right? So for example, if your company uses SAP for the storage of data for finance, HR, and everything, SAP HANA or business, or there is a Dynamics, for example, Microsoft Dynamics, right? So you will have all these options in Power BI. So just click there and you should know the credentials and you would be able to connect with anything, right? So that's the beauty of Power BI. You can connect to so many data sources. For example, now for our case, we will go to HR data, the one we used yesterday, right? HR data source. I'll click there, click on open, and there will be a dialog box which will open. And this is how it will show. You remember yesterday we were working on so many sheets. These are all sheets we created. Random table, October, December, location table. So many tables that were created, right? But we will talk about a particular sheet base, right? So this is what we were working on yesterday. If I select this, once you click on this square button, that means it got selected. If you click on load, it will be loaded in Power BI. If you click on transform data, it will go to Power Query Editor. So first of all, I'll just click on load. So now, once you click on load, your data is loaded inside the Power BI environment. Now you can see this is my report view. Then second is table view on the left hand side. You will see the table here in the table view. You can see base table is there. All the columns will be shown like this. And you can see your data over here, right? Now, if you go towards the third icon, this is model view. This will show all the tables you have in that particular file. Currently, I just have the base table, right? Which I imported. That's why I'm seeing only just one table. And then this is DAX, which you don't need to know. This is for doing the coding part, but this is not used much. So don't worry about it. So just think about these three icons. First is report view, where we will do all the dashboards in. Then second is table view. We will see all the tables here. So if you have 10 tables, you will see all the list. And then this is my model view where I can just drag and drop all the tables and create the relationships between them. Any questions so far? So now, if you see on the right-hand side, I have visualizations panel, right? So I can collapse it, I can expand it through these arrows. So this visualization panel has all the charts here. If you remember, I started yesterday's session by explaining various visuals like cluster chart, like stacked column chart, then bar chart, then line chart, area chart, then I had scatter chart, then we talked about funnel chart as well, then we discussed we can create how many people are coming in, then how many got shortlisted using CV and all those things. That is the funnel chart here, right? Let's say I don't do want to do anything, just easily create some visuals. So using this data, let me just create, let's say, a matrix, or let's say pivot, using matrix visual. So I'll just click on this icon. So this is how it will be shown on your dashboard. Now I will drag all the columns or rows I want. For example, I want to do analysis on job roles. I'll search job role. I'll just drag like this, or I can also add directly in the rows, right? And then I will add employee count in the values here. You can see the value option here. So there are three options: rows, columns, and values. So I'll just drag towards in the value. And this is my sum of employee count. So I can see total employees are 1470. Out of 1470, healthcare representative have 131. And I can just click on this header so that it is sorted on the basis of highest to lowest, or I can do vice versa also, lowest to highest, right? It is so easy, very impactful. You remember in Excel we had to create a new sheet. We went for pivot and then dragged, and then using right click we did make values as this and that. It is very easy here, right? And this is just a matrix. We can create a visuals here. For example, I want to create a bar chart. I'll just click on bar chart, and then again job role. I'll just click on this job role and then employee count. And this is so easy, you can see here. And from the format your visual, I can click on data label to on, toggled on, so you can see the values are showing here. So I can just collapse that. I can collapse this also. I can collapse this also. You can see this is so easy, right? And now I can, if you want to make it more beautiful, I can click on bars in visuals. I can change the color of it. For example, I want to make it light purplish, right? I can make the transparency on. I can increase the border. I can make the color of this as this, and width of, let's say, 4. So this is how you can easily play around with your data. I can change the borders here from general and go to effects, add on the visual border, add shadow. Visual border can be, let's say, this color, rounded colors to be this. So this is how you can easily create one visual already, right? And now if you want to have the same concept here, I can click here, click on format painter, and then click on this visual. So it will have the same formatting. So it's that straightforward, right? So you can just place around with the visuals and then copy this and paste this. And then from the data panel, just change from the job role to, let's say, department. And instead of job roles, I can just drag it over here, and I can see how it looks like. You see, R&D is highest with 960 employees. Sales has 445 employees. HR has 63. R&D 1 has 1. Sales 1 has 1. Now, I have created 3 visuals. Questions?
Yes. One thing, this when you selected this the same data, we have done the value like what we used to do in pivot. The same in
Yeah.
pivot when we want the values, the sum or total, anything or count. So similarly, we did over here. We just dragged it or selected in that
Right.
value, right? Drop down like that.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what it is. So the concept is totally same. There is nothing new.
Oh,
I didn't explain you anything new. This is same as Excel.
pivot.
All I'm saying is this is easier in Power BI, where you can just make, like, in within seconds I made this beautiful,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
And it is about your creativity, how you want to make it nice, and change the background from here to, let's say, in settings you can change the size of it, right? And then from background, let's say I want to make it light grayish and transparency to be 0. So you can see the background has changed. You can
Yes,
change, for example, you want to have the theme as your company's, you can change the background and change it with your company's image, right? You can
right.
change the wallpaper. So it's fairly easier here. And then I've not talked about Power Query and DAX, which will make your life even easier.
Oh,
So, but I want to go step by step. I want to
yes.
show you the beauty of it. Without coding also, you can do so many things.
Here, the first what you put the data, then for graphics visualization, this visualization, that graphs and all,
Mhm.
you just copy pasted that and then you selected the graph, right?
So what I did was clicked on icon anywhere in the dashboard like this, right?
Yes,
Just okay. So I clicked here, and then whichever visual you want, you can see I can hover on any visual.
yes, yes,
For example, I want line chart. So I'll just click on line chart. It will come like this automatically. Right. Now, line chart, I want to say, I want to make a group wise. So we created age group, right? So if you
yes.
see this is my age group, I'll just click on age group. And then I want to say how many employees are there for each age group. I'll just click on employee count. And this is my line chart. So it doesn't make sense here. But if I make it the bar chart and okay, one second, let me see what is age group here. Maybe it's blank. Yeah, you can see this age group is blank, so that's not correct. Age group underscore one is correct actually. So what I'll do is instead of age group, I'll take age group one and then delete the previous one. You can see how easy it is to see in 0 to 20, and then going to format your visual, click on toggle on for data labels. So data labels is the number
Number.
for each bar, right? It's
Yes,
simple. So now you can see in 0 to 20 age group there are 28 employees. 21 to 30 age group there are 358 employees. Then 31 to 40 age group there are 619 employees, and in greater than 40 age group 465 employees out of 1470. This is how the distribution looks like. Now, if you feel like, hey, bar chart is not good, I want to change it to donut chart. So just go there, selected a visual, and just click on donut chart. It will automatically change to that. Simple. You don't have
okay,
to do it, create again and again. So you can see in donut chart, I can see out of 100%, out of 1470 employee, 42% is through 31 to 40 age group, right? And then you can see dark blue is greater than 40 age, which is somewhere around 31%. Orange is somewhere around 24%. Purple is somewhere around 2%,
right, fine.
right? And then if you want, you don't want the background as white, you just want to remove the background, go to format your visual, click on general, go to effects, toggle off the background, and then make it smaller like this. You can just play around with everything.
Okay, great.
Anyone else with the questions so far?
I am trying to load this file. Why it is not loading? It is in Power BI.
Yeah.
So can I share my screen?
All right.
Is it visible?
Yes.
So why it is not loading? Why it is this?
So actually, so as I explained you, so you have to click on that square box on the left
Which
hand side.
one?
You can see HR data, left
Yeah,
hand side,
yeah.
and base.
Okay,
So for
we have to
example, you,
select the data.
yeah.
Okay,
So in that case, select HR data. because
Okay.
you remember we created HR data as table. So unselect
Yes.
base, yeah,
Huh.
and click on load. Perfect. So now wait for 10 seconds and you will get the data. Now, as you saw me creating the visuals, try creating job role versus number of employees. Number of employees in every job role. Just try to create the bar chart.
Sorry, the bar chart you said, right?
Yeah.
Number of employees you said.
Yes. So in this case, you have to take, yeah, you can take this and you have to, I'll tell you what you have to change. Now take the job role. Yeah. Select job role.
Okay.
Now expand that even more. Yeah. And add the data labels. So for adding the data labels, what you have to do is go to visuals. You can see the second icon in the visuals, format your visual. You can see visualizations, build visual on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, second icon, yes. Click there, format your visuals, scroll down and toggle on the data labels.
Okay.
Yes. So now you can see these are the numbers, but these are incorrect. You should know what is the problem here.
So this is, I think, the sum it is showing.
Yes. So just click on the first icon before the format your visual. So right hand side, you can see visualization, right?
Yeah.
Below that, it is format visual. And below that, there is the first icon. Click that. Yeah. And now in x-axis, there is job role. In y-axis, it is sum of employee number.
Correct. Correct.
Instead of, no, you can add that. Just go back and add it again. Employee. Yeah. Employee number.
The count instead of
No,
that.
number is also fine. Just take it number.
Okay.
And now there is a bottom arrow in front of sum of employee number. Click on arrow, down arrow. Yeah. Yeah. Change it to count.
This count.
Yeah. So now you can see it changed and this looks better, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Got
Right.
it.
So this is how you can create the bar charts, column charts. And now try to change the visual. You have already clicked this visual. Try to change from this column to bar. Click on some other visual. Let's say currently it is vertical lines, make it horizontal line. Yes. So it is that easy. So you just need to click the visual, it will change and you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
And
Thank you.
now if you want to change it to donut chart, yes, it is that easy,
Okay.
right? So anyone else, any questions so far?
I am not getting that selection.
Which selection, Ramachandran?
I uploaded the data. After that, there is a selection button. Where it is?
Would you also like to share the screen?
Yes, yes. I will I cannot share. It is my different computer. I am using two system.
Okay.
One is personal. Oh, so
So can you tell me, explain me the issue, like what you're not able to select?
1 minute. I can share. I can share 1 minute. I can share. This one. I uploaded data. After that, where to select?
You just click on this
This one.
square left hand side. You can see HR data and base is there. These sheets left hand side. Yeah, just click on that white square button or
Yeah,
icon.
this
You can
one.
see.
This one.
Yeah, yeah. And then instead of this, click on HR data. Instead of base, remove base and yeah, and remove base.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And now you can see there is option of load.
Now what? No.
Click on load. You can see the green button on the bottom.
Load. Okay, okay.
Yes. And once you click on load, you will see the data will be loaded in your Power BI.
Okay.
And then you can do what we discussed. So everyone else, Nishant, Rahul, and we
Yeah.
also have I think we also had one more participant.
Can I share my screen also facing some?
Okay, Nishant.
Oh, can you see my screen?
Yes. So currently you have added this April to June 2020 past outages.
Yes.
So, but we were working on HR data. So you can select this, but to keep it
HR.
same, yeah, instead of that, just click on get data.
One second. I have HR data which you. Oh, I received
Not this one.
this.
Not this one. I think you must have received before this HR data.
Oh yes, yes. Earlier. Oh, that's from second.
Yes. So you can do the same with this, and you would be able to.
So now my this sheet is coming. How can I see the? How can I remove this and see other? Or
It's okay. You just click on get data. Yeah, click on Excel and load that. If it is in downloads, yeah,
yes.
double click on HR data source and click on HR data sheet and click on load. Yes. And if you don't want to remove this, you can click on plus sign after the page one. That will be your page two, similar to Excel.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah.
But
And
if
yeah,
I, yes.
yeah, you want to remove, you can click on cross and page one will be deleted.
Okay, like
Yeah, click on delete and it will be deleted if you want. Yeah. So now
keep it, I'll do it. Yes.
you can do
Now,
the same thing.
oh, here HR data, right?
Yes. You can just drag the job role. Yeah, click there.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now add employee. Yeah, employee number or count.
Okay.
So currently this is sum, so you need to change it to count.
So you told we have to go here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Right click here, right?
Summarization, click on summarization instead of sum,
Here.
count.
Count.
Yeah.
And then
And now you need to go to, all right. So in this case, if you see the right hand side, you can see the brush icon.
this one.
Extreme right, yes, click on that format because currently this was not active. Yeah, now click on toggle on for data labels. In the format below you can see grid lines, zoom slider, bars, data labels. In data labels, toggle it on.
Okay.
Yes, and now you can slightly make it bigger, expand the visual, and that's there. So this is your first visual you have created,
Okay.
right?
So this is visual. Earlier it was coming just number. So if I have to keep that also, the figures.
What do you mean, just the number?
Now earlier when we selected only one job role and employee, okay, that was numerical data.
Which
Earlier it
one?
was
Mhm.
before this we just created numerical data. After that, when I selected
Okay.
this numerical
Yeah,
data.
so numerical depends. For example, if you use the table or matrix without visual, for example, now I'll just share my
Yeah.
screen. I'll get back to what we were doing. So, for example, this one. So this is metrics table, right? So you can see job role,
Yes.
total sum, employee count, and everything is there. But if you want to change this, and for example, I want to make it the bar chart, I'll just click here and it will be converted to bar chart, right?
Okay.
And then I can do Control Z to make it back to what it was. Same as Excel.
Okay.
Control Z to undo what you did, right? You also have icon on the top, redo or undo, right?
Okay. Fine.
All right. So this is how you can create the page. You can make it, let's say, for example, this is my main page, for example. Then you can add a new page. For example, you want to do uh, performance analysis, for example, performance analysis, right? Here, let's try to create some performance analysis where I want to have the data cards first of all. So in data cards, the best is we can have this card. So there are two options. One is the normal card and one is card new. Card new launched a couple of months back, and you can have multiple cards at a time. The beauty of it is you can have multiple cards. For example, I want and if you want to change it to show the exact number, go to call out values, click on the sum of employee count, and then from display units, change it to none. And then it will show me exact 1470, right? I want to have the comma in between, then I can click on employee count and click on the comma one. And this is how you can see a data card. Now I want to add, for example, the total job roles that we have. So I can just search job role and then add the job role in the data below it and change from first job role to, let's say, count distinct. So this will show me count of job role, and I can rename it to number of, sorry, I'll go back, number of job roles, right? Similarly, I want to have number of departments. I'll select departments. I'll toggle here, change it to count distinct, and I'll say number of department, right? Similarly, now I want to make it, let's say, average working hours. So I'll just search for working hours, total working hours. I'll drag it, and instead of sum, I'll make it count, or sorry, average. So this is my average working hours. You can see it's here, right? And now I want, let's say, 5 data cards in one horizontal line. Just toggle here. In layout, in single, max card shown is 3, and now I can make it to 5. So now you can see this is how easy it is. Number of total employees you can see. So I can say number of employees. Then I have number of job roles, number of departments was 5. Then average of total working years is 11.28 years. Did you guys follow how we create data card? Any questions so far? So everyone has created this, or do you need some time?
Can you please repeat once more? Data card, I'm not finding it here.
So there are two options, Devashri. One is 123, that is card.
Okay.
And then there is a 123 with this Thunderbolt symbol.
Yeah, got it, got it.
So this card new I used. So for example, if I use a simple card and then I add, for example, employee count, right? So I can use this just for one card, but I used one visual for multiple metrics, KPIs, right? So that's why I used a card with the new option. In this, you can have multiple cards in one row instead of. I can add more visuals here. For example, I want to show performance rating. So I'll just drag performance rating below here. And then instead of sum, I'll again make it average, right? So this is average performance rating, right? And now I will add more visuals. Let's say work-life balance. Again, this is my average. And again, I'll change from layout. Let's say make it 7. So this is how you can see. You can make it smaller. From here, I can change the colors of reference labels, or you can change the values if you want to make it smaller, the font size. For example, here I can make it 40, and I can change the color to dark blue, right? And transparency like this. And for header, I can make it, or maybe smaller than that. I think 10 is good enough. So this is how you can play along. If you want to position it below, so you can click on below, and this is how you can see. Or if you want to make it above, it was already as default. So this is important when we are working on data cards. So everyone, let me know if you have done, or you want time, or you need some question like clarity on it. Rahul, Nishant, Ramachandran, Debashri. Oh, I can see two Ramachandran today, huh?
No, no. What is happening? I joined from my laptop and desktop tower also.
Okay, okay.
So Power BI is not supporting in official this thing.
Okay, okay, no worries.
uh, there is one way you told now we can add more cards. I have also this put selected this card new, and then the number of cards, how can I add there?
So you can just drag and drop here in data, right? And then if you're
Okay.
saying there is a toggle, sorry, scroll option, and you're not able to see multiple cards, then go to format your visual, click on layout. Arrangement will be single row, but style will also same remain the same as card. But max cards shown, increase it to 7 or 8 or whatever the number of cards you want to show there.
Okay.
And if you want to reduce the space, for example, you want to make it space as, let's say, 1 or a little bit, and I mean, you can do that.
Visuals.
Format your visuals, click on layout, and then from here, single row will remain, and then style is cards, and next card shown as 7. And you can change it to 2 rows, for example. Then if you want to make it grid, and you can expand this,
Okay.
so it will come like this in below. And you can see like this. So it depends on how you want to show. So this is also a possibility, right? But if it is possible to show in one row, that's great, because you're not using a lot of space, and you can make it a single row column as well. So you can do like this.
So I have added these max cards 5, but
So if you have done max as 5, you can see 5 cards.
okay, can I share my screen, because in my
Yeah,
visualization as a word is not coming anywhere, it is showing format.
yeah, yeah, you can share that. Also, by the time Ramachandran, Debashri, are you guys able to do, Rahul?
Yes, yes. Able to do.
Nice.
Yes. So
Yeah.
this is my
So your
screen.
question is, you're able to see just one?
Yes, in its format visualization in your it was showing
Because
visualization
you
nowhere.
have not selected the visual, just click on the visual first, and then it will change. Click on the visual.
Okay.
No. The visual where you can see the
Card.
count of employees.
Uh,
Nishan, not here. Where you can see 1.47K.
yeah.
Yeah, click there. Now it will change. See.
Okay. If you see in your case, it is showing visuals as a word nomenclature.
So
In my
I'll tell you what happened is uh, I have disabled this. You can say the layout. So there are two layouts. So your layout is something which many people use it. It's not incorrect, but there are two ways of working on Power BI. So it's fine. So the format that you're using is not bad. It's fine. All you have to do is just search for max card shown. You can see it is six. Currently, it's
Yes.
for you it is just one card, so you can't see six,
Yeah.
right? Because you can see in build in data, you can see count of employee count as one. That's it, right?
Yes.
Add more from data. Try to add more. For example, job role or something. Yeah, just drag job role in data. Yeah, and instead of first job role, make it count, distinct count. Click on arrow. Yeah. So what is the difference between count and distinct count? What will be the difference?
Maybe that 1000K it is coming, right?
So from if you click on the call out values, no,
Yeah.
that's fine. Click on call out values in the format.
Call out values.
So if you see format is there.
Where to call out value?
So if can you see the filters panel?
Yes.
On the right hand side, you can see format panel.
Yes.
Yeah, below format, you can see call out values.
Yes. Yes. Last year.
Yeah, click there and scroll down. Yeah, you can use the mouse as well to scroll it down. And instead of series all, select count of employee. Yeah, and scroll it down further. And instead of display units auto, change it to none.
Okay.
So this is how you can see it to be like this,
Okay. Okay.
right? And you want to change the color of these in call out values itself. You can go to colors and font, bold, italic, whatever you feel like. You can do that from here,
Okay. Fine.
right?
Under
Any
format now.
Yeah, so this is how you can do.
So now I have selected six max cards. So I can add maximum six value, which will come in that row
Yeah, so
horizontally.
you can add more than six, but it will show only six in one row.
Okay. Okay.
For example, you add 12 values and you have added like written max six card shown. So it will show six in one row and another six in second row.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Done.
All right. So I'll just take back the screen. All right. So currently this was vertically in column settings. I'll get it back to the single row. All right, so this is how you can create the data cards, and it is important because it will instantly show you what is my employee count, number of job roles. For example, you are doing recruitments. You can see number of CVs received, number of employees shortlisted, then so on and so forth. You can add all those KPIs or performance metrics and all those stuff. You can add it, right? So now let's try to add some visuals here. So if you go here, before adding more visuals, let me just clean some data. So if you see here, there are few columns which are blank and these are not necessary, not required, right? I'll just delete them. So again, now that's where the Power Query comes in. One option is if you click on the data, click on three dots, click on edit from here, edit query, you will be redirected to Power Query. Or If you click on home, there is the option of transform data. Click on transform data, it will be redirected to Power Query Editor. So this is the Power Query Editor that we worked on yesterday. You remember when we went on Excel, went on data, click on get data, and then Power Query Editor will come up. This is same, totally same, nothing new, right? So now here I can refresh it, that's fine. Now if I want to delete unnecessary columns, for example, here, I want to delete from here until dim location. So I can just right click, remove columns. Okay, this also is not useful. I can just select whatever columns I'm going to delete, remove columns. And this is how I can get join date is also not right. And monthly income is also not right. Right click and remove columns. And now we have this data that we originally had. Now in Power Query, if I want to add a age group, so instead of using if else, yesterday we got stuck with if else. There were so many options that we did in Excel, right? So one option was using just cell reference. I showed explained using named ranges, so where we had table name, then column name, and then if that is greater than or less than 20, then 0 to 19, and so on and so forth. Here it's totally straightforward. Click on add, click on conditional column, and instead of this custom name, we can say age group. And if column name, here it will be age. If it is less than or equal to, let's say, less than or equal to 18. So this is my 0 to 18. Else, so add a clause as age, if it is less than or equal to, let's say, 29 or let's say 30. So it should be 19 to 30. Else, if age group, if age is less than or equal to 50, then it is 31 to 50. Else, it should be greater than 50, right? So this is how we can create a conditional column and see, change it to text. And if you want to expand it and click on load more, you will see we have created this column so easily. No code required, straightforward. Any questions in this? So you have to click on add column in the ribbon, click on conditional column from here, go and change the column name, select the column name on which you would like to have the conditional column, choose the operator, choose the value, and what is the output. And this is my else option. Everyone, please try to create this age group in their Power Query. And anyone wants to show their screen while working, you are good to go. So Rahul, Ramachandran, Devashri. Are you guys able to do this?
Yeah, we now I've opened this query page, Power Query page. This conditional column is still looking inactive. Do we need to select it?
What do you mean by that? Like if you click on add column,
Ah,
click on conditional column.
yes, yes. Now it's active. Now conditional column.
Mhm.
Next, you told age, right?
Yes, on the age column.
Okay. If you don't mind, shall I share screen so I can see?
Yes, you can.
So if age equals, let's say 30.
Yeah, so you can create customized according to your needs. So I just gave an example that if age is less than, so I'll just go back. So that's the beauty of it. If you want to see what you did, so here you added a conditional column, right? You
Yes.
can see that in applied steps. And then if you click on this gear icon,
Where this?
So right inside applied steps. So you won't be able to
Yeah.
see in yours because you didn't add. I added this conditional column, right? So in applied step, click on this gear icon and you will see what we did. So in age group, if age column is less than or equal to 18, so I'm saying it should be 0 to 18. If
Okay.
age is less than or equal to 30, then it should be 19 to 30. So just assume the age 31, where it will go. First, it will go to this option. Age is less than equal to 18. It is false. Then it will go to this. It is
Okay.
less than equal to 30, but my age is 31, so that is incorrect. Again, it will go in else if age is
Okay.
less than equal to 50, that means this is correct. So age 31 will go in the group 31 to 50.
Okay. Now, if age is greater than 31, then I have to put this else condition, and
Correct.
because I want less than 40,
Yeah, you can do that.
here I have to put.
You can just share your screen and explain what you're doing.
I've shared my screen. It's not showing. Shall I reshare?
Yeah, I can see now. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, sorry. I think I have again.
I was
Stop.
still on my shared screen. So
Just 1 second. I've shared.
yes, so your age is less than 30, then 20 to 30, correct? So what about anyone who is less than 18, like whose age is 18, it will come in 20 to 30.
If less than 30 but greater than 20, should come under 20 to.
No, no,
Okay. This.
so you can't combine two things. So what you should do is first define less than 20.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Less
should go
than.
from bottom to top. So
Oh,
first age is less than 30, less than 20 instead of 30. Make
okay.
it, yeah. And instead of that, then less than 20. Yeah, you can just type in less than 20.
20. 20.
Else if age is less than 31,
Okay. Less than. Okay. 31 or 30.
you can, yeah. So this means age is 20 to 29.
20 to 29. Right.
Yes. Again, you can write add a clause.
Okay. So similarly, I can start giving those conditions.
Yeah, so now else if age is less than 40, for example,
Less than 40.
40, yeah. And this time it will be 30 to 39.
Uh, yeah.
Else,
What is this else?
so if any age doesn't come in this, then it should give this else. For example, age is 50. It won't fall in these three conditions, right?
Yes. Yes.
So else, if all these three ifs are incorrect, then give me answer whatever is there in else. So you can say else greater than equal to 40, for example, in this case.
Greater. Okay.
Or you can say greater than 39,
Greater than 39 or greater than, yeah, 39.
right? So
Okay.
this is how you can write
So I don't
using.
need to remember any formula if condition and
No,
all.
no, no. You just need to know the logic of this.
Okay. And but can we download it in Excel, this sheet?
Yes, you can.
Oh, so then it's better. Okay, now this is what you're saying. Now,
Yeah, first change the data type of it. You can see ABC123 of this column. Of the
ABC.
same column, custom column you created for age group. Yeah,
No,
change the data type. You can see ABC123 on the left hand side of the custom.
A, no, sorry, I couldn't
In the
see.
custom column, you created this age group, right?
Custom column.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
highlighted.
okay, sorry, sorry, highlighted. Yes, yes.
So you can see ABC123 on the left hand side of custom.
Left hand side of custom is ABC.
In the same
Same.
column, costume, then the corner you see ABC
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Same column, custom is written there, no?
Yeah, ABC 1 to 3 is
Yes.
top.
Yeah, just click there, and you need to change the data type. So change it to text.
Okay.
Correct. And now you can rename this column also. You didn't rename, so go back to that added conditional column on the right hand side in applied steps
Mm-hmm.
and click on that gear icon. Click on gear icon in added conditional column.
This one.
Yeah, click on gear icon. Right
This
hand
one.
side. Yeah. Yeah. And change the column name. You can say age
Okay.
group instead of custom. And click on OK. And you're done. Yes.
Okay.
So now you can click on home and you can close and load. Click on
How
home on top. Click
click
on
on
home tab
home
before
tab?
add column. Yeah. Click on close and apply. Yeah. Close and apply. Yeah. So now I'll share my screen.
Yes.
So we created this age group, correct? I'll just click on home and close and apply. Sorry. Yeah. So now you will go back to the dashboard. So click on report view. Now we will use this age group. Search age group. We have this age group. I'll just drag it over here. So you can see we have these four options. Now I will create a matrix of it. In matrix, I will add employee count. Then I will add performance. And this will be my average of performance. Right. And then let's add total working hours. Again, average. Number of companies. Again, average. Work-life balance. Again, average. So here, in a nutshell, if you see age group, for each age group, I can see how many employees are there. What is the average performance rating? So you can see the highest performance rating is 3.17 for the age group of greater than 50 years, predominantly because count of employees is also less, right? And we can see average total working years is 21, is highest for 50, greater than 50. Of course, with higher age, total working years will be higher. We can also add the working years for the existing company. So if we have that, years at company, so I can add that also. So I'll expand the visuals, years at company. So I can drag in between and then make it average, right? So I can also collapse again. I can see the total average of working years is 21 years for greater than 50, but the same for current company is somewhere around 9.73 years. Average number of companies worked 3.89. So of course, someone who is between 0 to 18, average is 1. So you are in initial phase of work and you will just work on one or maximum two companies. And average work life balance, highest is for younger people, is 3. 2.8 is for 31 to 50, and lowest is for greater than 50, 2.63. Right? So you can do some kind of analysis like this. Also, if we go back to visuals, data, and I want to create one visual on stacked bar chart on the basis of business travel. So this is my business travel. I want to add performance rating, average, and add the gender as well. Now from the format your visuals, add the data labels. So now this chart shows me for each of the business travel, like non-travel or frequently or rarely, I can see for each male as well as female, what is the average performance rating. So highest is for gender male in travel frequently. So if gender male, he is traveling frequently, performance rating is highest. But predominantly it's similar. Lowest is for 3.14, that is male who travels rarely. So anyone like any male who rarely travels, his performance rating is generally low. So these are some of the metrics you can just see, analyze, anything which is relevant to your scenario. You can work on those things. This is how you can play around. And till now, we didn't do any coding. So this is straightforward. So any questions on this part? I really want every one of you to contribute what is any particular challenge you're facing. You're able to create this report, you're able to create this visual. Any suggestions on KPI that, hey, in my current workplace, I want to create this kind of KPI. Can you suggest how we can create that? So I can help you out with that. So any questions you have, we can work on that particular visual. If you want to see attrition percentage, how attrition can be calculated or anything. Rahul, Ramachandran,
Yeah,
Yes.
attrition one can we do it?
which one?
Attrition
On
percentage.
those how it is moving. Something.
In attrition, what exactly you want to see?
Like the department wise attrition.
Department wise attrition. So let's start with that and then we'll go ahead with further analysis. I'll just click on department, right? And then we have attrition, right? So this is not making sense. So what we will do is we will change it to, currently, if we go back to data, attrition is yes or no, right? We want to do the count of attrition of yes or no. So this is where the calculations will come in then. So what I'll do is I'll introduce you to one calculation, that is DAX, data analysis expression. So what it does is you can create the measures, right? So what I'll do is click on, sorry, so if you click on this table tools, click on new tables and just name it as measures equal to and blank. So you can see this table is created just like base. So we have this table. Now we have one more table, right? Now what I'm doing is I have to calculate. If you see this table, I want to calculate whenever the attrition is yes. So number of employees with yes. For example, if I select this, so the total number of people with attrition yes is 237. You can see below, out of 1470 rows, total employees who left the company is 237. Right? So I want to calculate this 237. How I can do this is, if you see, click on the measures, click on three dots, click on new measure, say attrition employees. You can name anything equal to. So I'll say calculate employee count. So I'll say sum of employee count, right? Comma. I'll say filter. I'll say attrition in base. Attrition is equal to yes. I'll explain you, don't worry. So once I press enter, so you can see here this measure is created. And if I add this in data card, you'll see this attrition is 237. This is what we wanted, right? So now if I add here, instead of attrition, this one, if I add this one, you can see total 237. Highest is attrition in R&D. R&D 132 employees. So I can add the total employees as well from here. So if you see, out of 960, 132 employee left. 445, 91 is the attrition in sales. 12 is in HR, 1 in R&D, 1 sales, 1, 1, 1, right? If you want to get the percentage of this, I can simply add this again. And here I can show value as percentage of grand total. So out of total attrition, 55% is R&D, 38% is sales, 5% is somewhere around HR, right? Now, instead of creating this matrix, I can have this bar chart. I can have department, and then I can have attrition in x-axis. So you can see here, if I add the data labels again, so you can see R&D has 132 attrition. You can create these kind of visuals. Any questions in this?
Regarding this, you just started with table tools measures. What's that? Can you?
Yes. So whenever we have to create something which is not there already, right? So for example, 237 attrition employees, we can't calculate this without anything else. Like this is where this is the language of Power BI, DAX. Let me just give you a brief of it. Just show you.
But if
DAX.
we do through total sum, that 237 would come also without creating that measures.
Which one?
This 237 attrition,
Mm-hmm.
it will come like if we total sum the attrition numbers, that will come there also.
How?
No,
Where?
like it has come there in that table 237.
This one, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
this is the formula that we used, this one.
Oh, you are saying individually this 237 will not come.
Yes. So without formula, you won't be able to get 237.
Okay.
Yes. There is one way, for example, if I add total count, for example, instead of this, I remove this, I will add employee count, straightforward. We will have 1470. But here, if I just want where attrition is there, so if I select this visual, click on filters, over here, sorry, add attrition here, attrition column, in this filter only, filters on this visual. So add here and click yes. So you will get just 237,
Okay. The
right?
count.
But this is not the best way because it won't be dynamic. Anyways, you have to create the measures if you want to work on more uh, stringent date. So I would suggest not use this, but without coding also you can do some part of it. This is no coding, like you just dragged attrition in this filters of this visual and said yes, attrition should be yes. So sum of attrition is 237, right? I can remove this and remove this. I can add the attrition straightforward 237. I'll explain you the formula. It's very easy. Don't worry. But try to understand the concept, why we are using it. So any questions before I explain the formula? Nishant, Ramachandran, Deveshri.
Yeah, just how did we reach their table tools? Through what option?
Okay. So now if you click on table view,
Okay.
when you clicked on table view, this the tabs over the ribbon changes. So if you are on report view, you have home, insert, modeling view, optimize, help, external tools. If
Yes.
you click on table view, it changes to table tools, measure tools. And
Okay.
click on table tools, click on new table, and
Yes.
you can randomly decide the name, because I whenever I create new measures, I want everything in just one table, all the measures in one table. So you can say this is my measure table, right? Equal to, and then press enter so that it is a blank table. Nothing is there inside,
Yes.
right? And now, if you see, this is my measure table created. In three dots, when you click on three dots, you can create a new measure. So this
Okay.
is the option where you will do the DAX part. So let me just expand it. So here I can write, for example, number of employees is equal to. So now here I can say distinct count of employee numbers. So what I did was, so if I know there are so many employee numbers, I want to count all of them so that I can get the total count, right? So I'll say distinct count. For example, if the table has multiple rows for each record, each employee ID, so we would like to have distinct, because I don't want to count one employee as two or three, right? So I'll say distinct. So it should be unique counts of employee number, right? So I'll just select this and press tab and then bracket closed, simple. So this will be my number of employees. For example, if we don't have, for example, the employee count, right? And if we don't want to just use the count of this, then we would have to create the measure of a number of employees that we create. This one. So this is giving me, yeah. Any questions in this? Why we are doing still? If there is a doubt, I can explain more.
So the measures what we create there, that will start reflecting in our this the main sheet, the options.
Mhm. Yes.
That is what will happen, and we select that, then the data will start reflecting accordingly.
So, good question. So, for example, whenever we create the measure, for example, if you see the calculator symbol, that is a measure, right?
Okay.
So, this measure won't show up in the dashboard until we select that. And this is like a helper formula. This is just a formula. So if we want the number of iteration employees, you can see when I clicked here, it got automatically selected because this is how it is coming. So this green tick shows that this measure is using this formula.
Hmm.
If I unselect this, it will be disabled. If I select this again, you can see this green tick is there. It is selected, right? So whenever we create the formula, not necessary that it is reflected in the screen. For example, let's say I delete this now. I delete this from the model. Click yes. Now suddenly you can see this is showing me error because these two formulas were using that formula. These two visuals were using that formula, and this Power BI is not able to find that formula. So it got disconnected, right? And if I want to fix it, it won't give me any answer because the formula which it was using, it was deleted from the model,
So
right?
all the additional formulas we create, we used to use this table view.
You can use any, so you can create use that in any visual. It can be in donut chart, it can be bar chart, it can be in table, it can be in metrics, it can be data card, anything. So you can add those formulas anywhere, but it should be a logical formula, like formula using the data we already have. For example, I want to count number of employees in HR. So currently how we are doing is, so what I'm doing is I'm going here, dragging the employee count, and then I'm doing the sum of it, right? So HR is 63. But I don't want to use these columns and show like give me some or that. I will just go here, click on new measure, click on uh, HR underscore employees. So all the employees who are in HR. So it will be calculate the employee count, that is number of employees, comma. Now I want to filter that using the department is equal to HR. So I'll just say filter, then table name, then I'll say department equal to HR. And then if I go here, I want to add this HR employees in this, and you will see the number of employees in HR is 63 and everything is blank because this is HR employees.
So this is kind of coding the number what you put hashtag. These are the coding.
No, no. So this is just a name. Hash is just a name.
Okay.
You can just
Name.
say, for example, instead of hash, I can say number of employees.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just the way of representing anything. So how it goes is, first you write the name of the measure. It can be anything. It can be anything that describes what it is doing, equal to, and then the formula comes. This is the code, easy code.
So this is, you have written distinct count, that default will come as soon as I type that. That will pop up
Yes.
automatically. Distinct
Yes.
count.
So for
And
example, if you know that you want to do distinct count, you will start typing DISTIN, you will get to know.
yes.
And once you select that, click on tab, it will show like this. Right
Okay.
now, this IntelliSense will tell you distinct count expects a column name. So it expects a column. It counts the number of distinct values in a column. So I want to get the total employees. So it should be distinct count of total employee numbers. Right? That is my primary key. So I'll search for employee number. So once I search employee number, select
Yes.
it and press tab, and it is selected. Now I want to close this formula. That's it. And then
Okay.
press enter.
Okay. So it's like more of a Excel formula kind of
Yes,
thing. Yes.
very, very similar.
Yes.
And this is important when we are working on Power BI, working on DAX. This is a DAX. And when we, because otherwise drag and drop can be easy, but you can't do everything with drag and drop. We need to prepare and create the measures so that we can make more complex formulas and more complex reports.
And all these kind of formulas are already available built in there. We just have to create, choose that
Yes,
and create, right? So we don't
yes.
need to code anything separately.
No, no, no. There are few instances where you need to code, but I believe it won't be required in HR
HR.
and when you're working on that data. So I really suggest not to think about that. Just think about the basics because formulas are already there in the system, and then you just need to use those formula. You need to know the formulas are there. Like for
Yes.
example, if you want to distinct count, if you don't know that there is a formula distinct count, you won't be able to use it,
Yes.
right? So it's important that by this will come by practice. And trust me, this 3 hours workshop is not meant to just give you everything. No one can learn in 3 hours. But this should be like a starting point where you can understand what all Power BI can do, and then you can practice by your own, and then you can come back and mail me or anyone that, hey, I'm stuck here, just help me out, or just watch more videos. This is how the learning curve should look like. three
Yes.
hours are not sufficient otherwise.
So can we have your email ID so that we can, because
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
it's really it's really great, but too much at 3 hours time,
Don't worry.
right?
Like, yeah, it will be there. So everyone else, you have understood how we are doing this and why we are doing this. And I think Devashri, she was asking about attrition.
Yes.
So we did that, right? So let me just continue with that part. Now I'll again explain how I created that measure. So let me expand that for you all. So I'll again say attrition employees. So you can write anything here equal to. Now I'm saying I want to calculate all employees. I want to get all the employees where attrition is equal to yes, right? In there is a column attrition which is yes or no. That can take only yes or no. So what I'm saying, calculate all the employees. That will be number of employees, right? So calculate all the employees, comma. In this formula, if you see, let me scroll it down. So if you see the formula in calculate total employees, now I want to filter only those employees where attrition is equal to yes. So here I'll say filter. Filter is the function. Now filter expects a table. So you want to filter which table? Table is my base. In your case, it will be HR data, right? Now my table is selected, comma. So what is my filter expression? What do you want to filter? My filter is the column name attrition. It should be equal to double quotes. Yes, it should be yes. Whenever it is attrition is equal to yes, then minimize my table. So what it is essentially doing is it is slicing the data. So currently we have 1470 records. It is minimizing it. So instead of 1470, Wherever the attrition is yes, it is reducing the number of records, and those records will show in attrition employees. Once I click on this, and I can see here number of attrition employees are there: 132 in R&D, 91 in sales, 12 in HR. R&D one is one and sales one is one. Now, if I want to get the percentage of attrition employees, so I'll just again create a new measure. I'll say percentage attrition is equal to. Now I'll say divide. So when we say percentage attrition, what is the formula of percentage attrition? Anyone who can tell me that in general, like what will be the logical mathematical formula?
Number of employees left divided by average number of employees, or we can take number of employees left divided by total
Total number.
manpower.
Yeah.
Total employees, right?
Yes,
So we'll say divide. So numerator should be
at
total
least
employees left,
left. Yes,
right? So that is attrition is equal to, yes, that formula should be attrition employees, right? That we
yes,
created. What should be the denominator? Comma and denominator. Denominator should be total employees.
total employees.
So it will be number of employees that we created, correct?
Yes,
And if I close this, this should be my percentage attrition. Now, if I select this matrix and click on percentage attrition, select here, this will give me in decimals. So again, click on this measure you created, and then on top, you can see the formatting options. Click on percentage symbol. So this will display the values in percentages. And then I can make it 0 decimals. So now here you can see out of total 1470, in HR, total employees were, let me add the employees as well. And remove the HR employees. So total employees were 63. Sorry.
yes,
No, let me just add the attrition employees. Yeah. So total employees in HR was 63. Out of 63, attrition is 12. So
12.
that is 19%.
Okay,
In R&D, 960 were total employees. Out of 960, 132 is the attrition. That is 14%.
yes,
In R&D one, there was just one employee. Attrition is just one. Out of 100% attrition. Sales, 445 employees were there. Out of 445, 91 employees got attrition. It is 20%. So this is how we can get the percentage of attrition.
fine.
Devashri, is it fine, or you want to extend this, or you're expecting something else?
No, it's fine. I need to try it. I haven't tried. I'll just see
Okay.
more. Yeah.
What else? What else do you think when we talk about attrition? What else you can see and would like to see when we talk about attrition percentage or something else?
See, is it possible that we can, anticipate some attrition for future? Is it possible by keeping in mind the data for the past 2 3 years? Some approximation. Is it?
Yes, we can do that. So generally we use Python for that. And if you have hands-on on libraries like pandas or numpys, we can do the forecasting. And in Power BI also there is some capability of forecasting, but that's not the best, I would say. And depending on data, like for example, if we have data for 2 years and we know the attrition, and then we can create a forecasting line, estimate
Yes,
line, how it will go up or down or how it will stay. So that we can do.
in Power BI only.
Yes, we can do that, but it won't be accurate. So I won't suggest you working on that.
Mhm.
I mean, to get the best results, Python is very good option. And generally we do ARIMA modeling for that. I'll just show you that as well.
See, this all Python and all coding. Generally, HRs won't know.
Yes.
So how can we leverage out of such tools
Mm,
which can really help us?
I think so. For that case, you have a good point, valid point. You can have an estimate of it because
Yeah.
uh, you don't need to work on Python and all technical jargons. So what we can do is we can create a particular line, but this is not the perfect data because we don't have the attrition on the base of timeline. So we don't have this date column here, where I can have in January we have 10 people left, February 15 or whatever. So if I had that data, or Nishant, what we can do is you can share a particular data if you have, and
Hmm.
then I can create a report on that, and I can show you how it is done. I
Okay,
mean,
so
on I can reply on the mail and I can show you because this is not the best data. We don't have timeline here. If we had
yeah.
timeline, I can just create this line chart. So, for example, if I open this line chart in x-axis, there will be months. On y-axis, there will be the attrition percentages. For
Okay.
example, I'll get the job role here in the x-axis, and I will have attrition percentage in the y-axis. So you will see this is kind of a trend. Instead of job role, just imagine these are months,
Hmm.
January, February, March, and you will see the trend line if it is going up, down, and all those things,
Okay.
right? So if once you share anything which has the column such as months or years, then
Yeah,
we
we
can
can.
create a timeline here. And then
I
from
can.
here, so what you can do is from here, click on the further analysis. And then from here, we can add the constant line or the forecasting line. And then that will add to the next years. For example, the year is 2024 until November. This will, the forecasting will show for December, January 2025, February 2025, and so on and so forth.
Okay. So that
Right?
we have to do out of this. That system will be separate or within this only.
Within this only. You don't have to go outside.
Okay. Okay, I'll share that.
Yeah. Great. So we're working on attrition percentage. So for each department, we have attrition well employees, total employees were this, attrition percentage is this. Now, one more interesting part is very important when you're working on creating the visuals. If you remember when we were talking about theory, when we are working on visuals, storytelling is very important, like color coding and all those things. So first of all, if you want to change this table to make it more beautiful, just go to format your visual style presets. For example, I want to make it minimal, right? Now I have this kind of data. I want to do conditional formatting on this. So that bigger values show me, for example, green, lower values show me red, some kind of things. So in percentage attrition, I'll go to format your build visuals, click on percentage attrition, down arrow. In conditional formatting, so in background color, I will say, I think this is good enough. If I click OK, so we will see the darker colors means the highest percentages. So 100% is very dark blue, and lighter blues are the small values. So if I want to change it to something else, for example, I want to change lowest to reds, highest to greenish. So if I go to more greens, something like this, for example, and then click OK. So this is how you can see that higher values are 100% is greenish. And this is best when we are talking about negative values, positive values. So if you want to say that any negative value should be red. So I'll go here, conditional formatting, background color, and I can go for rules. If value is, let's say, greater than minus 100% and less than 0%, then it is red, or we can say numbers, and this is my red. So if it is less, so everything is negative, give me red. New rule, if it is greater than 0 and less than, let's say, 100%, and it is green. More colors, go to green, anything, and press OK. So currently everything shows me as green because everything is positive, right? But if there was a negative percent, so it would have shown as red. So this is how you can do color coding. That is very useful to instantly understand what's happening around. Did you guys follow this?
Yes, yes.
So Rahul, Ramachandran, Devashri, are you guys working along with me or just trying to visually understand what's happening?
We're just watching it.
I'm just
Okay.
watching it because
Just watching. Both is not possible.
Yeah, I can understand.
Then we
Right.
will know.
So, any questions, Ramachandran? Like, I know you're quite so. Any questions you feel there is? Of course, you can't grasp everything at once, but anything which you think is challenging, you're not able to understand. You want me to repeat something?
Can we connect that old table with the graph? Any something?
Uh,
It's already
connect
connected.
what?
Yes.
Can you please repeat?
One table is there now. First, can we connect that with graph?
What do you mean by connecting the graph?
If we have to use the data of the table for this graph.
Hmm.
Can we connect?
I'm so sorry. I'm not able to understand. So you have this table. We have these separate visuals. So what do you mean by connecting this table with
Connecting means we have one table now, first table.
this one? Yes.
Using that we can draw graph below.
uh, I think so. See, all these data visuals or this table, it is coming from this table, base table. In your case, it will be HR data, right? Now, if you want to, you can convert this into a particular visual. For
Okay.
example, if you want to convert, but everything won't work. But if you click here, so you're able to see for R&D, attrition employees is light blue, number of employees is dark blue, and then percentage attrition is in oranges, right? So I can just add the data labels as well. I can see 132 is attrition employees out of 960, percentage is 14%. So you can get this thing. But in terms of connecting, that is something else. I mean, that's not required, honestly, because everything is coming from one table, one data only, right?
Okay.
So I can undo this and then I can get back to my table also. Yes. So now if you see here, so when we were working in performance analysis, we had these data cards. We for each age group, we had all these performance analysis, average of working years and all those things. And then we worked on average performance rating by business level and gender as well, right? Then we went to this. So we can rename this. We can say attrition. And this is what we are working on. Now, I really want you to work on something. So maybe try to create a visual and show me, because maybe later on you won't be able to, grasp it. And once you create, and then I can help you out with creating, you will be able to create it even easier by next time. So what we can do is just try to create this attrition employees by department. Everyone just try to create this, because that's the importance. You all have a Power BI desktop, so it's great if you can just try to create this. If anyone wants to share your screen, you can, but just let's try to create this.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So why it is not getting bigger? I think.
So just see the corners. If you drag from corners, it will be
No,
bigger both.
this one is not getting bigger. Just the table, it is getting bigger.
Oh, it won't get bigger. So you need to increase the font of it. So if you click on the visual, just click on the visual. Yeah. And just go to the build visual and click on the format your visual. The second icon on top. Yeah. And then scroll down, go to, for example, column
The
headers.
size?
No, column headers.
Column headers. Okay.
And then increase the font size from 10 to, let's say, 14. Yeah.
Okay.
So the column headers are increased. And now collapse this column headers. No, in the same visual.
Sorry.
You have to click the visual again, the same visual, department attrition.
Which?
On the desktop, on the dashboard, you
Okay,
click the
yeah,
visual.
yeah.
Yeah. And then go to the second icon and scroll down and then go to the values and increase from 10 to, let's say, 12 or something. Yeah. So this is how you can increase. If you expand, it won't. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so now I have tried this. So why it is not coming here? This 237 is just coming, yes.
So what you have done is, so you want 237, right?
Yeah.
So if
So
you see,
this 237 to be here. It is just
I
yes.
understand.
Yeah.
What's the issue here is you have selected this visual. See the data. Data is blank right now. If you see right inside in visualization bottom,
Okay.
data. No, right inside. If you see the filter panel,
Uh-huh.
then right inside there is a visualization panel,
Yeah.
and then see the bottom of it. There is a data field, then there is small multiples field.
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
data is blank, right? So whenever data is blank, you won't see anything there. You need to add a number of employees here.
Okay.
If
So
just try to, yeah, from here just try to add employees, total count of employees. Yeah, so you can add employee count in data, right? Now if you see, it is showing me 133.
33. Yeah.
So just remove the small multiples. You have added the small multiples attrition here
Where?
in this visual only, the right hand side where you added the data, below it there is a small multiples attrition.
Okay.
Remove this.
So I need to remove the
Yeah,
iteration. Okay.
and now you can see, I think you have applied. Oh, so in R&D, and yes, you have selected
Okay.
that in the left hand side. Just unselect that. Yeah, unselect it. You can click that again, which is highlighted. Yeah, click that again. The same R&D. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, it's total.
yeah. So because it's all dynamic, so Power BI visualization is such. So if you click on one filter, everything else changes on that basis,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now try to create a department-wise attrition.
So
And
now
then,
I have to put the measures as you said, right?
yes. So you can click on three dots, click on new measure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just write attrition employees or something. No, before that, just remove everything. Yeah. Yeah, this will be your measure name. Yeah, just mention something else also, attrition employees or something, underscore employee or something. Yeah, equal to. And now you will write the formula. It should be equal to calculate. Yeah, so now it should be, it's okay. Just remove the, yeah. Yeah, so now write after the bracket, just make it the bracket. Yeah, now expression should be total employees. So, right. So we don't have total employees here. So just
Employee
write
count.
sum of employee count. So write the formula sum and then press tab. You can also press the tab from the keyboard. Yeah. Now write employee, EMP. Yeah. Enter that.
Count, right?
Yes. And now bracket close. And this is your expression. Now, comma. So I want to calculate this whenever there is a filter, attrition is equal to yes. So now write filter. Yes, press tab. And what is your table name? Write that.
Sorry, attrition. Yeah.
No, what is your table name?
Okay, employee data. No, sorry. Table name means this HR data you're
Correct.
filling, right?
Correct. The best part is you can press tab so that you don't have to type everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, comma. Here you will write attrition should be equal to yes. So attrition equal to yes. Yes. Press tab equal to, and in double quotes,
Attrition.
and
Yeah.
write yes. Y capital the way it is in the column. Bracket quotes closed, and then bracket closed, and one more time. Close it again. Yes. Press enter. Brilliant. Now you try to add this in your visual and see how it goes.
Okay. So
First select the visual there. Yeah, select this. In the you should always click the empty one, because once you click this, it gets deselected, right? Yeah. Now go to attrition employees. No, no, no. Yeah, the measure you created there. Select that.
this one.
Yeah, and add in the columns. So you can drag this, or you can just click on the square box. Yes.
Okay. Now it's getting, yeah.
Great. And remove this attrition column here. This is not correct.
This
Yeah.
one.
From the columns, in the right hand side visualizations columns, and click on cross. Yes. Perfect. Also add total employees here.
Where?
So you can add the employee count. Yeah. Press tab. Yeah. And then just expand the visual. No, it was correct. Yes. So out of 1470 employees, you can see 237 are the attrition employees.
Yeah.
Right? Perfect. So this is what we wanted to create. Everyone else is able to create this? Nishant, Ramachandran, are you guys able to create this?
We are trying.
Just working on it only. We're just looking at.
In the meanwhile, Devashri try to create the visual of it, like the bar chart that we did on the same department-wise employee, or try to create the percentage attrition.
How to increase the size of the font there?
So if you go to the build visual here,
Yes.
and then click or format your visual,
Format visuals,
let me share my screen one second.
size and style.
So if you click here in the visual, click on visuals, click on format your visual, and then go to data labels if you have this bar chart. Then in values, this is my font size 9. So I can make it 12. So it will
Data
be big.
labels will have to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone, please let me know once you are able to create this.
Can I share my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I stuck somewhere. This department I put here. Hello.
Yes.
Department I put here. Then how to add this
One
count?
second. Yeah. How to add what?
Count.
So just search for employee in data right hand side. There is the option of search, right?
Okay.
Just type in there employee. Yeah, employee count, first one. So
Okay.
just drag or just click on the square bracket, square box. Yes.
Okay.
This is how you will get the total employees in each department,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Then attrition how we added?
Now you have to add the attrition. That is the formula that we create. If you just see hover on HR data right inside, and there is a three dots. No, no, just
Okay.
remove this.
Yes.
Just no, 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 not there. Yes, right inside of this HR data. Just hover on HR data. There are
Yes.
three
Yes.
dots in right inside. Yeah,
Okay.
click on this. Click on new measure.
Okay.
Then in the meanwhile, everyone else, please try to do so. Like for example, Devarshi is already done. So just try to play with the Power BI and then ask me any questions. Right now here, just remove everything. Measure equal to remove everything.
Calculate, no?
First, remove everything. You have to name the measure also. No?
Okay.
Yeah, just name attrition employees or something. Yeah, equal to. Now write calculate and expression should be total employees. So write employee. Or first of all, we have to write the sum of employee, right? So we'll take the following sum and write. No, not yeah. Press tab.
Sum of employees.
No, not like this. This should be the formula, the function. So sum, and then click on that sum.
Okay.
And the best way is to click on the tab. Otherwise, it's fine. Now write employee. Yeah, first one. You can press tab now.
Okay.
Yeah, bracket close. And now comma. Now you will write filter. So we have to filter where attrition is equal to yes.
Okay.
And write the table name. So the syntax for the filter is first you will write the table name.
Attrition, no?
Table name is HR data. Yes. Press tab, comma. Now write the column name, attrition, ATTRI. Yeah, press tab, equal to double quotes, yes. Bracket close, again bracket close, yes. Press enter. And now try to add this measure in your visual. So you already have the total employee count. Add this visual there as well.
This one, no? I think this one.
Yes,
This one you have to drag.
this is fine. Now expand the visual. See how it
Okay.
shows,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Perfect. All right, so I'll just share my screen for everyone. Everyone is able to see the screen.
Yes.
So here, what I have done is, this is my matrix visual again, where on the left hand side in the rows I have age, on column side I have departments, and in values I have attrition employees. So I can see out of 237, so everyone is getting total attrition is 237, right? Out of 237, I can see this kind of trend, like for each age group, each age, not group, each age in each department, what is my attrition. So here I can create the heat map for the numbers. So Nishan, can you mute, please? Or yeah. So here, for example, I can see the numbers are there, but it is not. We are not able to understand what is the max or what min through our eyes. So what we can do is we can create the heat map. So in the values, clicking on conditional formatting in the background color the way we created, and press OK. So here you can see the highest impact is for age 28-29 in R&D. So total 23 employees were attrition, was the attrition for age 28-29 in R&D itself. So this is highest, right? And we can see some pattern in age 58 for 5, 44 5, 55 for 50 ages, 5 attrition for sales, right? So this is how we can see the pattern. In HR, that's not much. There's just one, 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 two for each different ages. And instead of age in row, we can add the age group instead that we already created. So I can have that as well instead of age. So now you can see the highest is 61 for age group 31 to 50 for R&D. Right, so we can analyze the data using this. Right, everyone please try to create this, a heat map. This is quite useful. So if you can create heat map, it is very impactful. And then I'll create one more matrix, which is really nice. Or do you want to follow more and create later? So are you guys preparing this? Devashri, Nishant, Rahul, Ramachandran? This
Yes,
heat map?
I'm doing it. Yeah.
Great.
How to add this attrition percentage? So till 237, 1470 is that I managed to do using measure. But
So
now,
attrition percentages, we just used divide function. So we said we already have this attrition employees. We already have number of employees. So
okay.
we just have in numerator should be total attrition employees, numerator
Uh,
divided by the number of employees, total number of employees. Simple.
okay. So that's again, we have created it separately.
Yes. So this is a separate measure.
O- Okay, and that will reflect as a separate measure, like attrition employees reflecting. Right.
Yes. So you can see here whenever you want to create a new column, it should be a separate column, a separate measure.
Okay.
So if you're facing a challenge in this, you can share your screen. I can explain wherever you're stuck.
Yes, yes. So this is now I have to create a new measure, right? So I'll go here, new measure. That is for percentage.
Hmm.
So measure will be attrition percentage.
Yes, correct.
To
You'll just mention divide. And then
divide.
what is numerator should be the attrition employees, right? That we created.
Yes, yes.
Just type in attrition. Yes, comma. And denominator should be total employees. So if you have not created total employees, you can say it's sum of employee count. So write formula sum.
Some
Yeah. In bracket, employee. Yes.
HR
Press
data
tab.
employee count, right?
Yeah. And bracket
That's
closed.
enter.
And again bracket close.
Okay, attrition percentage. So that will come here.
Yeah. Just add that.
And this is, can't we wrap it up? This is looking too big.
Yeah. You can change the name of it as well.
No, no, I'm saying this, can't we wrap it up this heading?
Yeah, you can.
How can we do that?
Not like this. So for this, first option is you can fix the width of each column, or here you can just change the like manually. For example, let me just share my screen. So for example, this is the table. I want to wrap this. So using this icon, I can do like this. So whatever the way you want, you can do use this. Whenever you go to the end of the column name, you will
Yes.
see this symbol. So you can expand or collapse or whatever you feel like.
Oh, that through that we can do.
Yeah. And for example, if you say this number of employees is too big, so if you see here in columns, you can see this options, department, attrition, employees, number of employees. I can double click here. I can say, for example, just total EMP, for example. So to make it smaller or whatever, you can rename the measures or columns, anything.
Okay. Okay, done.
So everyone else is able to work on it. Rahul, Devashri.
Can I share my screen?
Yes.
I done this. I added percentage with formula.
Mm-hmm.
How to make it percentage? This is in number, no?
Yeah. So
So
if
I
you just click on the measure that you created for percentage,
this one, this one,
yeah, click there. And top of it, on the top ribbon, you will see the formatting section.
this one.
No, so if you see the ribbon, you can see home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, help. Yeah, below there are structure and formatting section.
Okay, this one.
Yeah, and then you can see there is a percentage symbol.
Percentage.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do this also.
Okay.
And then if you want to not show
How?
any decimal, you can change from 2 to 0.
Okay.
Yeah, all good. So any other question in this?
Now, how we colored that?
So click on the table. Yes. Now go
Okay.
to
If we
the
click on total, then only it will total show. No.
if you don't want to show total, you can disable that as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So what do you want to color? Attrition
Color
percentage or
with,
attrition
with
employees?
percentage. If it is greater than 20, it should be red. Something like
Okay.
that.
Okay. So click on attrition percentage. If you can see in the columns, down arrow. In the right hand side in the visualization section. Yeah, just go below. No, in columns, click on attrition percentage arrow. Yeah, down arrow you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, in attrition percentage. Yes.
Okay.
Click on conditional formatting. Click on background color. Yes. Now click on format style. Instead of gradient, we will change it to the field value,
Okay.
or rather rules. Click on rules. And
Okay.
in this, if value is greater than equal to 0% and less than 20%, for example,
Rectangle 20. You know? 20.
and less than 100% or whatever maximum,
Okay.
and make it percentage instead of number. Yeah, this color should be green, for example, or whatever you color want. Yeah, and add one more rule. Or you just want this color, then it's fine. Click OK.
Okay. 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 Good. Okay.
So what was the rule you created?
I created if it is greater than 20 percentage, but
So then
20.45
it should,
also.
yeah, yeah, it should show 20.45 also. Just go back to the attrition percentage again. Maybe the formula was incorrect. Go back to conditional formatting background color.
Okay.
It is greater than equal to 20%.
Oh, oh, okay.
It's fine logically.
And less than
Hmm.
equal to 100%, then
What it is showing is
I think it will be odd now. Odd.
20% means 0.2. Can you just make it sideways, this pop-up? I want to see values for dashboard. Can you drag this towards right? Just don't cancel it. Yeah, drag towards right. Yes,
No, not happening.
it should. Right. So,
Can I click here? No.
okay, anyways, cancel it. Logically,
20.
20.45 should come in green. Oh, sorry, orange. So 20.45, or we should bring it to 20%. It's orange. And here we are saying, I'm not sure why it's not showing up because logically you have done correctly. So I just check it once again why it's not showing up. Let me just see
Percentage.
it in my case.
We'll remove conditional formatting, then we'll do again.
One second, let me just see in my case. So actually, I have just cross-checked. Sometime this Power BI can be buggy. I'll show you what we can do instead. What you can do is go back to attrition percentage. There only, in conditional formatting. Click on the visual again. Yes. And go to attrition percentage down arrow. Click on conditional formatting background color. So instead of percentages, we will work with numbers. So 20% is a 0.2 number, right? So change it to number and make it greater than equal to 0.2 and greater than equal to. Yes. And less than equal to one number. Change it to number. This should work because sometimes Power BI is buggy. Logically, you were correct initially also, but this is how it is. So yeah, this is how you can do. Right? Logically, you are able to understand, right? So
Yes, yes,
we
yes.
switch from percentages to number to make
Correct.
it easier for the algorithm to understand. Like, hey, if it is greater than equal to 0.2, that is greater than equal to 20%. Make it foreign. Otherwise, keep it as it is. All right.
How we can connect the data to this power query from here?
Which Power BI? So this is Power BI, right?
Power, no, power uh,
Query.
query.
Oh, you want to go to Power Query? So click on
Yeah, yes.
transform data. If you can see the transform data on top ribbon. So we have get data, Excel workbook, One Lake Data Hub, SQL Server, enter data,
Yes,
data
this one.
worksheets.
Okay.
Yeah, click on transform data. Yeah, click on transform data from here.
Okay, I will do because in this system I don't have power query.
Okay. So this is how
I
you
will do.
can go there and
I will do later.
yeah. You're able to see the screen, right? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So now one very important part I want to show you all. Let's say you have created this dashboard, like we have this page main, then we have performance analysis, then we have attrition. So we have these three pages, right? And you want to share this with your colleagues, right? So if you see on home tab, there is a publish option, right? So if you click on publish, you want to save it, yes. So I can save this anywhere. For example, I want to save this in the folder Merit Learning. So this is my dashboard one, for example, and click save. And now it will go in the services. So here I can click on my workspace anywhere. So before publishing it, I will show you 1 second. So the Power BI website is app.powerbi.com. So whenever you open it, and I want to log in through my work email ID. So this is where you need your work email ID. Right? So app.powerbi.com. Currently, you can see I have already signed in through this email ID. This is work email ID. So if you don't have work email ID, you won't be able to log in and see this. And here I have one link. This is for um, saving all the modules, data, and then working on data lake, doing some data engineering and all those things. And workspace is very important. This is where you will create your own workspace and add your modules. For example, I will create a new workspace like, for example, Merit Learning. PBI dashboard. Right. So this is the name I created as a workspace, and I will say apply. Currently, you can see this is blank. I can't see anything here. Right. So what I'll do is I'll go back here, cancel, click on publish again, and I will search for that Merit Learning workspace. Right. Initially, it was not there. I created this workspace, and I'll select this, and this will say publishing to Power BI. That means it is publishing to Power BI services, that is online. It is publishing to the cloud. So we can say app.powerbi.com. This is a cloud where things are saved and it can be shared with everyone. So once this is done, I will go here and you can see here it is already published. Right. So owner is Merit Learning PBI dashboard. This is my workspace. I have this dashboard. I can open this report dashboard one. This is how you will see there are three pages: main, performance analysis, and attrition. So you can see I have already created this Power BI, and now you can share this with your colleagues. And if you enter the name, it will be shared with you. I can share it with external members also. For example, if someone has work email ID, if you want to share, I can add that work email ID and you will see the Power BI dashboard.
Can share this, can repeat step again? I missed that. After
Okay.
going to the website,
So I'll just reiterate once again. So if you go to workspaces, these are my workspaces, right? All these
okay.
options. So if you see this diamond icon, that is Fabric, and it is a premium workspace. Um, so it has different capabilities, but we don't need to worry about that. But here I created this workspace, Merit Learning. So I can click here. I have this dashboard one, but if I want to publish a new one, so for example, this is dashboard one, and I want to publish it. If I publish it, and I will search the workspace where I want to save it, click here, select this, and then it will publish there. And if there is a new change, I can replace this. I can replace once you redo it, instead of renaming again and again, you can republish. Right. So once you publish, you will go to the app.powerbi.com and refresh, and you will see there is a dashboard. That's it. You don't need to worry about anything else. And then you can export it into Power BI also. Once you create this dashboard, for example, you want to export this in PowerPoint, just click on PowerPoint, and you want to embed the live data if that's the case. Otherwise, you can export as an image and then open in Power BI, for example. And this is really handy when you're working, when you want to demonstrate in front of your stakeholders. And this is how it will show. So you'll accept and continue. For the first time, it will take some time. What is the challenge here? So I can paste the URL instead. Export PowerPoint. This is my URL. Go to PowerPoint, paste it over here, insert. Something is not working here. If we do export as image, let's say, you can also refresh to see if that's already done or not. Sometime it hangs. So once it is exported, it will show. I'm not sure, something is a problem here. But if you just click on export, click on PowerPoint, you have two options. One is embed live data. So I'll just copy this or open in this. Generally it works. I'm not sure why it's not working here. Let's try it again. I'll just check this and get back because it should work like this. All you have to do is you go to insert, you will have this Power BI option. So if I go to new slide and click on Power BI, you just need to have a link of for the Power BI, right? So link will be there. For example, this is my file, you export on PowerPoint, and this is the link, right? Let me try if with some other dashboard, if that works. I'm not sure. No. Anyways, so very important part is once you create this dashboard here, you have to share with your friends or sorry, colleagues, right? So you will click on publish. Once it is published in the services, this is cloud. Now from here, you will click on share, add the name of their email IDs, or you can share it in the groups or existing members or specific people. You can do that. And then they would be able to see the report, whatever you have done, right? From here, you can download this file. If you have a website where you want to embed, from here, you can just click on embed website and it will be published there with particular link. If I click on download this file, I want to have a copy, click download, and it will be downloaded as a PBX file. So for example, if someone shared this file with you and you don't have PBIX, just click on file, click on download this file, and you will have this PBX file which you will be working with. So that's that easy. You can work on various other things, but no need to worry on that. Any questions on this part? So I'll just get back to you with PowerPoint stuff. I'm not sure why it's not working, but we can do that export in the PDF also. Yeah, so this is downloaded now. So if I open PDF, so you can see this is how my PDF is downloaded. So if you have 10 pages or something, you can have that kind of PDF file with you. And then you can share this in your email IDs or automate that. That's easy. Any questions so far?
If I share the Power BI with my boss, is it required he also have the Power BI in his system to view? No.
He don't need to have Power BI desktop, but he need to has the Power BI license.
Okay.
So for example, if you share
Unless,
this with your
unless I
boss,
have to, okay.
for example, yeah,
Okay, yeah, tell me.
yeah. So for example, you want to share it with your boss, abc@gmail.com, for example, right? So you'll just need to do this and click on send. That's it. But this email ID should have the Power BI license to see that. And your boss doesn't need to have this Power BI desktop. It's not required. So we downloaded the Power BI desktop, we prepared this. This is like a development mode. This is kind of development desktop. And someone who needs to just view the view the reports, no need to have the desktop,
Okay.
right? So yeah, this is how you can have all these things. Once you're able to understand this, then I'll get to one more important part in Power Query. So let me know if you have any questions, everyone, because this is important. If you're able to create the dashboard but not able to share it, so that's also a problem, right? So Devashri, are you clear with this part?
Yeah,
Nishant?
yeah. I have just one question. So, since you told that it is automated, once the base data will be changed, then again it is changed accordingly, right? So
Mhm.
again, every time we have to send it from our end only, if it is updated, right? So he cannot say, suppose we are sharing it to somebody, then he is opening it directly, so he's not able to see that
Let's
change.
see the latest.
Ha,
Okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
very good point. So here, if you go to the workspace in this one, I have the settings option. So in this dashboard, if you click on three dots, click on settings. Sorry, not this settings. One second. So if you click on that semantic model, so there are two options in this. One is dashboard report, right? One
Yeah.
is semantic model. So whenever you create a report, there is always a semantic model created automatically with the same name. So in this three dots, click on settings. In this one, click on refresh. Here you have to set up. So first of all, you will set up a gateway. So gateway will be created to enable with the data sources. So for example, here we have just one data source, that is Excel, right? So through Excel we are getting the data. HR data is in Excel. We will create a gateway, and then from this refresh option we will create a refresh toggle on, and then we can add times. For example, it should refresh automatically at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m. So you can create these refresh times. You don't need to work on them later on, so it will automatically refresh whenever it is 10 a.m. It will automatically refresh and see take the latest figures. So that's how it is done. So this is a one-time task where you just need to refresh it. Sorry, you need to create this gateway so that it automatically refreshes later on.
Okay.
Is this fine?
Yeah, yeah. Get it.
Great. How about Rahul, Nishant, and Ramachandran? Any other questions in this?
Nothing. As our we do not have this Office ID for Microsoft, so we
Mm-hmm.
can only download this in PDF. That's the only option we have.
Download in PDF as in
This
the
dashboard.
dashboard. So
Yes,
export as a PDF.
that's the only option we have.
No, generally it is not used for PowerPoint or PDF. This is extra, added feature you can say. But generally, it is used like this only. So I will share this report with my colleague. He will open this
Yeah,
report with main performance analysis, attrition. He can just click on this performance analysis and see what's happening around. If he wants to play around with the filters, like he can just click on there and just filter out and see what's happening, do some analysis. If he wants to edit, he can do edit from here as well. You don't need to go to desktop. For example, I want you share it with a colleague and he says that I want to add one more visual. For example, he wants to add a donut chart, so we will
yes.
add a donut chart from here and then add, for example, business travel, and then add the age group here,
He
and then
can see the figures through using this if it is shared. So,
Mhm.
like we have Gmail, so it will not be we will not be able to use it like that. But it's
Yeah, so
great.
no,
It's
so
great.
definitely this needs a work email ID.
But
So
this
if
is
I
greatly helpful for like we have Google on data, this Looker Studio. So more or less, I mean, this learning can be used there, because in our company we can use that.
yeah, right.
That's a more or less, these are same, not a much difference.
Decision would be like Looker is not used quite often
Yes,
by
yes,
many companies. So
yes,
it's like it's good to know that, but it's really good to learn Power BI because
yes,
wherever you go, highly likely that you will see the Power BI is there.
yes,
And whenever you say that I know Power BI, it will be a nice, a bonus you can say on that
yes.
part.
True.
So if I say Power BI license, so I'll go to the Microsoft website and see currently we are doing free account, create rich interactive reports that put visual analytics at your fingertips. This is free that we are already working. Now if you need a pro license, that is $10 per month per user,
Mhm.
then $20 for premium, and embedded is variable, no need to work on it. So currently when I was showing you this one, when I go to workspaces, this fabric content, this diamond icon, this
Yes.
is this one premium per license per user. So this is what it is. But
Okay.
currently, we can work on free. If you have work email ID, then there is no credit card required. You can upgrade to pro or something whenever it's required. But work email ID is required.
Required.
Without that, you won't be able to work.
Done. Done. Thank you.
Yes. So this is about licensing. Now you're able to, you know how to publish and share with your colleagues. Now I'll get back to Power BI. So I'll go to transform data. Now that you have a lot of data, I say there are a couple of things which I don't want in my dashboard to reduce and improve the efficiency of dashboard. I say this department, so wherever there is a sales one and R&D one, this is not required. So I'll just disable, or you can say untick those fields which I don't want in my dashboard and click OK, right? And then if I close and apply, these data won't be shown there. So this is very important. For example, if you say that, hey, I just want to do analysis of people who just travel frequently. So I'll just disable everything and just try tick travel underscore frequently and press OK. So everything will be there for travel underscore frequently and everything else will be deleted from the system, right? Similarly, if I can delete this step, if you say that, hey, I created this filter, but this is not correct, I can just remove here from the X. If I click on X, it is deleted. And I'm back with all the business travels. And now, if you say that I just want to do analysis on attrition, so all the people who are not with us now, I just want to work with them. So click yes and press OK. So all the data will be for attrition is yes. So I can do analysis for this data. So we can do this kind of filtering or slicing of data using Power Query. Then press cross, and then you're back to the original version. So this is the beauty of Power Query. We can apply the steps, we can remove the steps, and that's how easy it is working on it. Any questions on this? Any particular use case you want me to work on?
This age group I have created, for some it is showing null. So I don't know.
So
Should I?
maybe you didn't put anything in else, because if there's nothing in else, then for some values, if it doesn't find the output formula, then it will show none. Or you can share your screen. I can check and
Yeah,
help you out.
yeah, yeah. I'll just share my screen. So this is the one I.
You can open the gear icon. Click
Yeah.
on gear icon. Yeah, you mentioned it, no? So
Yeah.
you say if it is less than 20, so
Hmm.
answer is below 20. If we say less than 30, less than 40, less than 50. And what about if the age is 50?
Okay, less than 50, I have mentioned. Okay, above 50, I have mentioned.
So if the age is 50, those employees are not covered here. So it will go in else.
Okay, so okay, can I just mention? So equal to
You're able
50.
to understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I'm telling, is this less than 50?
Or
It
you
is
can say, no. So you can say greater than equal to 50, for example, the last one.
So 50, I can mention.
50 and above, for example, you can say.
15 and above. Okay, so this I can delete.
Yes. Just click on three dots, delete. Yeah, so 50 and above.
Okay. Yeah. Now
Right?
it's
Because initially what was happening is if the age is 50, that will be null because it was not in that any conditions. So it was throwing in else, and else was null,
right.
right?
Yeah. And here,
So you can apply the changes. So you can close and load, click on home. Yes.
apply changes here, right?
It will automatically be done. Just wait for a second. Yeah. Yeah, this is great. So that you have created for each age group and department wise, you can see the numbers.
Yeah. So how you're telling that highlighting part red and green, that is
Mm-hmm.
how to create that? Can you just guide me, please?
Yes. So if you click on sum of employee count in values, if you see the values in visualizations panel, yeah,
Yeah.
drag, scroll down.
Yes.
In values, there is a down arrow key. Click on that, and then click on conditional formatting. Show, yeah, conditional formatting, background color. How do you want this to show the
Okay.
values? What
Um.
what should be the conditions or logic? What do you want?
So I just wanted to highlight the department, which is like highest number of.
So you can just click OK. It will show light blue and dark blue. Click OK.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So instantly you can see it's easier for eyes to understand that, hey, 397 is highest because that's the darkest color.
Mhm.
And that is for R&D and age 30 to 39. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Right. So same you can do for attrition as well. So this
Yeah.
was for attrition, sorry, total employees. So you can do the same for total attrition employees. All right. So let me share it again. Now we are still on Power Query. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we are on Power Query. Now there is an interesting use case of using Power Query. If I'm just trying to see where we can work more logically. All right. So this monthly income minimum is 3485. Highest is somewhere around 19,999, right? So if we want to make the groupings in that also, so if we say we want to create conditional column the way we created there, so we can say the salary groups, for example. So we will do the same thing, monthly income. If it is less than, let's say, 2,000 or less than 5,000, for example, low income. And if I say monthly income less than 12,000, mid income, else high income, for example. Press OK. So now this will give me the salary groups and it should be text. So I can change it to text, and this will always give me mid, low, high. And this is quite handy depending on the conditions, the logic that you create. Very handy to do analysis. So if I close and load again, and I want to do analysis on the basis of salaries, so I can just say salary groups, and I can say attrition employees. So you can say logic is right, like 163 is the attrition for low income, right? And we can see for high income group, only 11 employees left the company. So we can do these kind of analysis also. So it always comes through your mind that what exactly the KPIs you want to work on, and then you try to create all those things in Power Query, and then you can close and load and then drag and drop in the dashboard, right? Otherwise, if I don't know what I'm expected to be done through the dashboard, then it's really hard to create, because with this dashboard, with this data set, there are so many things that we can do. But if we don't understand that, hey, we expect to get the attrition values, we want to know how people are happy, what is the criteria for people that stay in the company, what are the reasons, how we can improve things. So if we know the logics, then we can create new formulas, new columns, and then drag and drop and then create the analysis of it, right? Now if I go back again to my Power Query, do you guys remember we did append? Did anyone go through those things? We discussed about how we can consolidate multiple sheets in the one Excel sheet and then share across.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you clear with that? So how we used append queries? Right, so we had multiple sheets, we just went to append queries and then added multiple tables and added in that tables to append and clicked OK, and then we did some cleaning part and it was in just one sheet, right? So any doubts in that, any questions regarding that?
That was a combine, merge combine, what I saw yesterday now.
Okay, yes. So there are two ways. So what we did was through folder. If we just add a folder, then that is a combine option. We don't need to click on append. But if we add it separately, where we have different sheets, but we want to append that, then we have to click on append queries. So these are the two different ways, but output will remain the same. But if we have the same format, then we can easily do combine through the folder, and we don't need to click on append queries, right?
uh, we need to, I think, a lot of practice we need to. These are quite complicated, complex processes.
Right, definitely. Nishant, see, a Power Query honestly, I have not touched base on mQuery. So in add column, we can create custom columns. So this is where the formula comes in. So if we want to do complex formulation, this is where we use mQuery, and it is not suggested in the initial stages to work on mQueries and all. So honestly, it's a lot, but I think that is required for hardcore data analysts or people who are always working on data. But I think with your domain expertise and working in HR, you don't need to work on mQuery. And whatever I explained, if you can just work on that and grow on that, it will be outstanding.
Okay.
So basically working on creating the reports. So if I go there, if you are able to understand the logic that how to create, what to create, if you're able to do this kind of formula also, like we did attrition employees, this is good enough,
Yeah.
because I have created so many reports for the company. This is still one of the mostly widely used formulas, like when we have to calculate something on the basis of particular condition, right? Otherwise, there are so many complex formulas, but that is required in just 10% of the cases. 90% of the cases, it's all easy stuff. And this is what you have to do. But logic is very important.
So these are called creating measures.
Yes,
This
this is
creating
measures.
measures.
Yes,
Okay. And if you can please share your email also, if later on we have to reach out to you,
right.
because it's really, if you can type that.
So you can share, send any, if you have any challenge, you can just send across on this email also. So I would be able to respond with your queries, right? So there are a couple of other things I would like to explain. But if you have any questions, please shoot now.
Because I was trying to merge that four sheet yesterday you given. I
Mm-hmm.
put it all in one file, different sheet. I was not able to. I am not able to do that. Can I share my screen?
Mm-hmm.
This is file I created in three sheet.
Okay.
I want to merge that. So I went to data. Then this correct?
So this is not the way we can do. Just click cancel.
Okay.
Click on data. Go to get data
Okay.
from file. And what is the name of this file? You can just open that. Click on from Excel workbook. Yeah.
This file.
What is the
These
name
are
of
the
this file?
these
Just
are the
open the
file.
file. No, no. I mean, you added in one sheet only, no?
One sheet.
So
One sheet.
whatever is the file name, you can just double click that out of these.
This is that file. First one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It just had one sheet number, right? Sheet one, which is
Yes. Yes.
April, May, June. Yeah, just click there and then click on load, or you can just click on transform. In the bottom, you can see the load option in
Okay.
transform grids.
Transform data. No? Transform data.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the Power Query that opens. And now
Hmm.
you can add more. So on the right hand side on top, you can see new source.
New source. Okay.
Yes. File. Click on Excel database. No, click on file. In the right hand side,
Okay.
Excel notebook. Yeah. Select the second one, whichever is not there.
Not the.
And again,
Okay.
Go to sheet 1, click OK, and add more if you want.
No, two only. Two.
Okay.
So this is
So in
first one, this is second one, correct?
yes.
Okay, okay.
So
And
now
how
you
to
can.
merge this?
So if you first of all clean that, go to sheet 1.
Okay.
Yes. So now first of all you have to remove the null rows. Click on remove rows on top.
Okay.
Click on remove blank rows.
Okay.
Then click on use first row as headers from the top. Right hand side.
This one, huh? No, this one.
Use first row as headers. So if you see group by is the option on the right hand side, you can see split column, group by, use first row as headers on the top right hand side of remove columns and rows.
Remover.
No, no, no.
Hmm.
Just
Remove
undo it.
column.
So just
Control
remove
set.
this step again. No, no, no. In applied steps, click on cross for the last
Okay.
one. Yes. Click on remove columns in applied steps.
This one, no?
No, in applied steps because you have already clicked on removed columns.
Applied steps.
In applied steps, go to the last step, removed columns.
Okay, okay.
Yes, click there. And now click on cross of that only.
This only. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now click on you can see remove rows.
Remove rows. Yes. Here.
Yeah. On the right hand side, can you see split column?
Yes.
Can you see
Yes.
group by?
Yes.
On the right hand side, can you see use first row as headers?
Yes.
Yeah, click that. Click use first row as headers. Yes.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
how your first row will become headers of the table.
Header. Okay.
Right. Now, no, 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 you added once again. You clicked again, so it promoted again. So remove those steps. In applied steps, remove the
Okay.
last two steps. Yes, remove
I
this
think
and
I
remove
clicked
this.
twice. Okay.
Yeah, remove this also, last step.
Okay.
Yes. One, yes, once more.
One more.
Yeah, so you added twice. Once
Okay.
more. Yes. Now go to sheet 2, sheet 1, bracket 2. Do same what we did now. First, we have to remove the blank rows. Blank rows. Now we have to promote the first row as headers. So click on use first row as headers once. Yes. Now click on append queries. So on top ribbon, we can see merge queries, append queries. Click on append queries. And this is two tables. That's fine. Table to append. Add sheet 1 in it. Yeah. Press OK. Yes. So this sheet will have all the data, sheet 1 as well as this existing one. Right? You can also click on the down arrow to see what all data we have. It's the same way we have in Excel.
With the appended thing, the all sheets will be merged in one sheet.
Yes.
Only one thing, we have to ensure that the serial order of the headings should be the same in
So the
both.
name should be the same.
Name.
So for example, if you have for the start date, in one table it is written start date, in other table it is written date only. So it won't be able to append.
Oh, but order can be any. Heading name should be same, but order can be any.
Yes, order can be any.
Okay, okay. Only the heading, whatever in one sheet, the same heading name should be there. Nomenclature
Yes,
should same. Nothing should.
yes, yes.
Order doesn't matter, right?
Correct. For example, here you can see in this sheet, event ID is written, right? First column.
Yes.
In other column, in other sheet, event ID is the last column. Then also it is fine. But it should be event space ID. If it is event ID in one table, in another table it is ID, then
Okay.
it won't append, sorry.
Oh, and let's say in one sheet there are 11 columns and another sheet have 15 columns, but all the 11 of theirs and these are same. Heading name is correct. The additional four will also add this sheet, or those additional will not be added.
That will be added. And four columns which are additional, and it will be null for other tables.
Other. Okay, okay.
But it will be added.
So we can use this feature basically for our, because we sometimes have a lot of data there in HR also.
Yes.
We can use, and after that we can download this.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
so for example, if you do close and load, it will be automatically added in Excel, right? So you don't need to download also.
Yeah. So yesterday also, right?
Yesterday, I think you said the destination should be changed. No, this. I mean, other than this sheet one and sheet two, there will be another sheet that we can create.
Yes.
Separate one, right?
So see, when we, for example, let me just share my screen. Let me clarify this.
Uh, Atikant, one more thing, very basic. How to open the this query, Power Query, right from there. Just little brief about how to.
Okay. How to open Power Query.
Yes.
So this is my standard raw data, right? So I have this these column headers, we have this data, right?
Mhm.
Now what I'm saying is you will load this in Power Query and do all the cleaning and appending part, and then load it in sheet number 2, which will come here. So how it will happen is, so I will select this, click on data, click on from table range. This is what it is. And it automatically says it is from A2 to G437, and my table has headers. So this is fine. It is ticked. Press OK. So this is how I am opening the Power Query. Straightforward.
Okay.
Right now, if I say close and load, there are two options. One is close and load, and one is close and load 2. So if I say close and load, it will load in the same existing original file, whatever the additionals or changes I do here. If I want a separate file, separate sheet, that is sheet number 2, I can do close and load 2. So I can say in the new worksheet and as a table, click OK. So it will come in the separate table. So this was my original table, right? And this is the new modified table. Is this clear now? Or you need more understanding on this?
Yeah, no, no.
Clear, clear.
Perfect. So whenever you are in Excel, just you need to go to data and click on get data if you want to extract from something else, new data sources. But if you want to extract from the existing data, so you can just click anywhere inside the cell, click on from table range, and it will open the Power Query editor. Straightforward.
Tikant, one small last question. Any formula to find out percentile number? Percentile.
Percentile. Yes.
Yes.
In Excel
In
also we
Power
have
Excel I know. In Power Query,
in Power
any
Query. Okay.
simple formula no.
I'm not sure. I mean, definitely it will be there. Um, if we say we have percentage, percent off.
Percentile.
So there is no default
Default
percentile.
no. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we can just create that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there is no straightforward percentile.
Okay.
Just check percentile. Is it widely used, percentile?
Percentile used for this analysis. Na? Suppose where is
Okay.
the CTC ranges are.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do manually in Excel.
Okay. No, I think there is no percentile formula as such directly. You have to create that. I think Excel is really good for that.
Yes.
It is quite straightforward, and you can just use percentile, and it's all done. But here also we can do that using various formulas. So we do add column, going custom column, and then using mQuery, and then we have percentile here. But I don't suggest you to work in this percentile, because then you have to learn a new code, and it's not useful for now, right? Right. So majorly, Power Queries will be very helpful when we are importing the data. We are trying to merge or append. Anyone who can explain me the difference between append and merge? This merge query, there are two options, right? So you can see here, this is my merge, this is my append. Anyone? Come on, Ramachandra, Devashri, Nishant, Rahul.
Merge will remove the duplicate, I think. No. Append will just add at the end of the last
Mhm.
report.
Okay. Anyone
Merge
else?
will, okay.
No, I guess.
So, yeah, Devashri.
That is, we can select a particular thing in merge queries, I guess, from table and all. Append, I think it is merge the same file.
Mhm.
I mean, we can match in merge, I think.
Yes, you're
Particular.
somewhat correct. So I'll just show you visually a very interesting part, because this is important, merge and append thing. So let's say we have this table. In this table, we have ID, title, timing, capacity. There are four columns in one table, table one. Table two has ID, first name, last name, course, right? There are table one, table two. There are two tables. Now, I want for ID 1, 2, 3, that is math, physics, English, I want to also have first name, last name, course, right? So I want to merge, I want to add table 1 and 2. So it's like VLOOKUP in Excel, right? You remember yesterday we did XLOOKUP for ID 1, 2, 3, then department, and then what is the count and what are other things. So whenever we have to merge two tables on one single column, so here ID will be the primary key from table 1 and table 2 ID. So we are merging on this column, adding this new table. So I'm adding for first table ID, title, timing, capacity, I'm adding first name, last name, and course as well. So this is merging. So merging goes towards right. I am adding new columns in one table. Appending we did was adding new rows, right? So it's like totally opposite. Append is adding new rows, merge is adding new columns. And for merging, we need one column to be common in between two tables that we are merging. Otherwise, it won't merge. Am I making sense?
Yes, yes.
So I think Devashri, you were trying to explain this only.
Yeah, that's right. That should be a common thing that we can.
Correct. So
Actually,
when
I
there is a
saw that
yeah.
video which you told us to see. So
Mhm.
there he was explaining like how we can merge, combine things.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when you are able to have a particular column through which you can merge two tables, then it is so easy, and you can add new data in that. Currently, if you see in Power BI, this one, we just had one table, right? This one, base or HR data in your case. So there was no option of merging. We can't merge in this because we just have one table and there is no other table. But if you have multiple tables and you want to have new data in just one table, you can use merge. Whereas append, appending was adding new rows in one table. So for example, this was one table, table 2 was this. So you can see the header names are same: ID, first name, last name, course, ID, first name, last name, course, right? We have ID 123 in one table, table 2 has ID 1011. So after appending, we will have 5 rows: 123 10 11. So if you go down, this is table 1, table 2, and now you can see after appending we will have 1 2 3 10 11, 3 of 3 plus 2, 5 rows. This is appending. This is what we did with January until December months for outage data, right? So table 1, table 2, appending, we will have multiple records. In merge, we will have new columns. So you can see when we are doing merge, we are expanding the table number of columns are increasing. So a table is expanding towards right. When we are doing appending, table is expanding downwards. So that's the difference. I hope it is clear with Nishant, Rahul, Ramchandran.
Yes.
So any further question on that? Just try to study this also, append versus merge. It will be interesting and important for you to learn. I can share this as well. 1 second. All right. So any other questions before we conclude this session? So I'll just brief you of what we did. First of all, we try to understand the interface part. So if we say go back to Power BI, this was my interface. So we have the ribbon similar to Excel. On the left hand side, we have 3 icons: report view. Then we have table view where we will have all the tables. Then we have the data modeling where we'll have all the tables shown over here, right? Generally, everything works in report view where we will drag and drop through visualizations panel and data panel. So we will drag and drop all the fields over here, create some charts, tables, all those stuff. If you have to create some measures, we will do right click on there and add on 3 dots, click on new measure, your new measure will be created, right? Then if you want to clean your data, then we went on home, click on transform data. This will open the Power Query editor. Number of queries is equal to number of tables. We have just one table. Whatever we do, we will have those applied steps on the right. You see, this is all my applied steps. You can delete the steps, you can add the steps. It is all dynamic. And then we try to add new columns using add column, clicked on conditional column. Then we did if else to create age groups and whatnot. And then using home tab, we did remove tables, remove columns, using remove rows and columns. And then we talked about merge and append from this part. So this is what Power BI, Power Query is all about. And once you start learning more, practice more, and you will get hands-on more on that. So yeah. Any questions? Open to questions.
Any YouTube link for Power BI, like Power Query you given yesterday, na? Any YouTube link?
Mm,
Power Query, that link was very good.
right. Let me just see one second.
You will, Anikant, you will have, I saw you have one Power Query YouTube link, one video I saw yesterday, 55 minutes video.
Okay.
And do
So
you have, I'm sure you will have for this Power BI also.
yes, so I'll just share across a couple of videos with you. If you feel that is useful, you can go through that. I've shared this link. There are multiple videos. Also, there are many other YouTubers who are really good in explanation. So just see how you would like in Hindi or English or any other regional language. There are so many videos. So whichever is more preferable, just go with that and try to understand the logics and then try to practice yourself. That is the most important thing, because you can watch any YouTuber, anyone, but if you're not able to practice, I can guarantee that you won't learn. So try to first of all try to do it yourself, what we did today. So if I share my screen again, first of all, try to create all these things again. Do conditional formatting, try to create measures, percentage measure, attribute, attrition, and then just think about what KPIs you can do with this data, and then try to do it yourself first. And then use ChatGPT. I'll just share 1 second. For example, this is your ChatGPT. And then if you write to add here, let's say, explain attrition percentage DAX formula. If I have attrition column as yes, no, and I have number of employees with employee ID column. Let's see what ChatGPT gives you. See, this is fairly simple, not simple, I would say, but it will help you, to learn how we can do. This is slightly complicated, but let's not go there. Maybe just uh, re-engineer and do better on prompt engineering. But I would say use Chat GPT or Claude or something to expedite your learning. Otherwise, it can be slow process. You will learn without Chat GPT, but I always suggest everyone that use GPTs to learn faster, because today if you're learning Power BI in 1 month, it is very slow. You should learn Power BI in 2 days, 3 days max.